Say the burrito.
Okay, here we go. Again.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
That would be amazing. It would be really nice to see some weather. You never know what's gonna happen in this game. It's all possible. Everything is possible forever. Possible possibilities. Still playing solitaire? I'm gonna get in that room someday. This game makes me feel like I'm slowly going insane.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, I'll do it this time.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Oh, no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Woo! Okay, let's get the hell out of here. Alright, so you want me to go upstairs?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
There's gotta be more. We already were up here once. I didn't know how to speak into the door, into the thing. Ah! We did it. Now we just need to find this computer 2 more times. Business times.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
True, and I obviously know how to play the piano the best. Listen, we go. Oh, amazing. What was that? Like 2, 4,
Stanley
5, 6?
just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Oh, 2845.
Two, 8, 4, 5. Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself, and Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Wow, really? Or did I? Did I get along with the story? Did I not type in more codes? Alright, I'm going.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay. If you say so. Why'd the elevator power just die, though?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
You think so, do ya?
Although this passageway had the word Escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Yeah, right. You're a goddamn liar. I know it already.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death. As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Huh.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Intriguing. It's really an empty room, eh? Oh!
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance,
Look at this!
death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path of the Stanley office is built 2 doors in the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added to an alternative throughout. The layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. So, yep, looks pretty much like my office. Yeah, corridor. This place, the place of this opening section was important to get right. The corridor has been moved and altered to make sure that the player reaches the 2 doors in a good time. Okay. And this is the 2 doors of doom The two doors. The set of the two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable design. Once the room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it and exploration of the contradiction of this room pose. This room posed. Filing cabinets, that was an important part too, I think. Button sounds. A selection of the sound used throughout the game when a button is pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized note. The credits! Alright guys, here are the credits. So you know them. We've already seen them once, but you can never see them enough times. Look at them people. Look at these people right here. Look at those guys. These people right here. Look at them. Okay, so you know that's good. Now we've seen that. We know. That was the solitaire one. Ooh, I turned it off. Boss's office. So wait, there's still another one that we haven't seen yet. We've seen this one. And yeah, this one and this one, I think. If that one has little... Yeah, I think those two. And then we just never seen this one. What happens if we go over here, huh? Maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room. Okay. For the love of God, please unplug this sterile office, the damp carpet, the trip you call conversation. Kill me. I have been painting these for weeks. Why has no one turned me off yet? Oh shoot, man, this printer is so depressed. How can I turn you off? I will if I can. Oh no. Huh. Warzone. The early development, we designed the ending where Stanley would end up in a battlefield fighting aliens? What? The action game would become succinct and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose of the tone of the game. Plus, some people interrupted it to make fun of people who like shirters, which was not our intention. I want to do that though. That sounds like fun. I wonder if that's true. I wonder if that's for reals. The green light. In September 2012, we submitted the Stanley Parable to the green light valves process, approving the game's Steam page, a series of cryptic photos, which still enough for the community's approval. This is what you sent them? That sounds awesome. I'll make sure to send random pictures to Steam Greenlight as well. What do the lights in the control room do? I really want to know. There is a skeleton inside you. There are more skeletons in the world than humans. Jesus, what is... These are narrator emails. After the second trailer, we sent out and asked people to send emails to the narrator for questions. Wow, that's kind of cool, man. They get to send in stuff. This is cool. The lounge, early version of the lounge, not as good as the later one. I can admit to that. Huh. Huh. So is this really the end? I feel like it's not. I feel like there's more Zending model. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the fourth version of the ending. Okay. I haven't seen this yet. Zending. A screenshot depicts the early version of the ending known as Zending, which is eventually cut and merged into another part of the game. Okay. The game is now paused. Begin the game again. Resume the game. Options. Return to menu. Escape menu. For a long time, we had the ending that only ended when the player reset it from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Huh. Countdown room. Underground?
See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor level design with a textbook. It's the kind of thing you
narrator outtakes. Huh. Kevin Bryant, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the final game. Thank you, Kevin Bryant. I love your goddamn voice. It's so beautiful, man.
Stanley pushed the number 6.
I have not pressed the number 6, but I would if he asked me to. Yeah, that employee lounge tables. So. Okay, so that was it here. There's nothing left on this side. Up the stairs we go. That's where we came from. Don't forget where you came from. Alright. Countdown desk, okay. Gotcha. And that's the thing. Let's start over the game again, because we did that once, I remember. It was quite nice. Huh. The exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
So we don't turn it off? You can do that.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
I don't even know what's going on anymore. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, you never know, right? Anything could happen. Well, I guess she was being serious. Actually, nothing really happened. I guess we'll begin the game again. Alright, here we are again.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct?
Sure.
Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
I wonder when those are gonna get here. Should I just wait for it? Wait for the cardboard boxes? I'll just wait for it. Give me my boxes, lady. Call her back. Well, here's a cardboard box. Maybe we need to restart the game?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, baby. Look at all these boxes we got. They're everywhere. Boxes for days.